Okay, so this story is developing as the minutes and hours move on. Apparently, we got video footage of the infamous practice where Draymond Green was in an altercation with Jordan Poole. Now, judging the video, and TMZ, they know drama, they got this video, and people were wondering, how did they get this video? Apparently, there was somebody up in the bleachers or up in the press box recording this incident, and I'm pretty sure TMZ gave them a pretty penny for this delicious coverage. Well, this delicious clip, by the way. And as you can tell from the video, obviously they were both jawing, and there was in a heated conversation. Draymond Green was on one side of the court still jawing, and walked over to the side where Jordan Poole was, got all in Jordan Poole's grill, and then Jordan Poole, pushed him, and Draymond Green slugged him back. All right. Now, judging by the punch, I don't, like they said yesterday, it wasn't a very serious punch. I don't think he really connected with him with a solid hit where, Jordan Poole will have to go to the hospital, or Jordan Poole got concussed, anything, he got cut or gashed or anything like that. But this is a developing story, and a lot of people, particularly in the basketball world, former and current athletes, were talking about this story. And, some people feel like this is not a big deal. This happens a billion times in the NBA circle, particularly in practices, particularly when there are heated arguments. Now, we do remember the time where in one Chicago Bull practice, Michael Jordan got all up into Steve Kerr, and they got into an altercation. Michael Jordan slugged Steve Kerr. Even though, food for thought, let me take a pause a couple of seconds here. I remember on Undisputed, Shannon Sharpe talking about this incident, and he described Michael Jordan. Is that real leadership, where you slug your teammate? And he didn't approve of Michael Jordan tactics with the Chicago Bulls, even though they won 6 championships. But Shannon Sharpe was sort of co-signing towards Draymond Green. I thought that was kind of odd, since you took a big stance on leadership. And I'm pretty sure Shannon Sharpe is going to spin this into the direction where it makes Shannon Sharpe feels good. Where we all knew that Shannon Sharpe was, in order to big up LeBron James, he has to knock Michael Jordan's accomplishments down. Okay, that's the only way he can win arguments between who's the better GOAT. All right, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Even though I feel like LeBron James, never mind. Anywho, I don't want to start that conversation all over again, that can of worms. But anywho, a lot of current and former athletes have been talking about this. NBA reporters, analysts, everyone has talked about this ad nauseum, and talking about how either it's not a big deal or it is a big deal. Here's my 2 cents in this. I don't think this is really a huge, big deal. And I felt, to be perfectly honest with you guys, if this would have happened last year or 2 years ago, this definitely would not be a real serious big deal. But I am kind of worried on the timing on this, because Jordan Poole is due for a huge contract. Now, he looked at what Tyler Hero got with the Miami Heat, He looked at what R.J. Barrett got with the New York Knickerbockers, and he's saying to himself, okay, we won a championship, so I'm expecting a lot of money from the Golden State Warriors. And this is also coming on the heels of Draymond Green talking about, well, if the Golden State Warriors want to keep him, they're going to have to max him out. And this is also coming to the heels of when they won the championship, the Golden State Warriors won. I kept hearing a lot of people saying that the Golden State Warriors, the Boston Celtics didn't get beat by the Golden State Warriors. The Boston Celtics just beat themselves with all the turnovers. But if you also look closely and look carefully at that NBA Finals, Steve Kerr, there was some games where Steve Kerr just totally benched Draymond Green, and he's moving forward to the youth. A lot of those young core players that Golden State Warriors have cultivated through the NBA draft is paying off in huge dividends. And Steve Kerr's looking at, is really leaning towards the youth. And that young core is, I don't think a lot of people give that young core a lot of credit. That young core kept the Golden State Warriors in a lot of series and in a lot of games where they would have been on the losing end, because they was desperately seeking Susan, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green. And if you look closely from the playoffs all the way through the NBA Finals, Steph Curry had a few games under his belt where they much needed his talent and his expertise. Klay Thompson kept them around in some quarters, and Draymond Green is the heart and the glue, the tough guy, the enforcer, if you want to call him an enforcer for the Golden State Warriors, and he kept them around in a couple of series. But the majority of the credit should really go to that youth, because Jordan Poole had some phenomenal games. A lot of those players had some contribute in a major way for the Golden State Warriors. And the Golden State Warriors front office, the ownership, even Steve Kerr as the head coach, is kind of proud of this young core, and they're not letting them go by any stretch of the imagination. Now, I said this in a video a couple of days ago where Steph Curry did an interview, and he talked about he loved to, wouldn't mind playing with Kevin Durant when Kevin Durant was requesting a trade from the Brooklyn Nets from Sean Marks and Steve Nash, but the Golden State Warriors did not want to execute that trade because they didn't want to give up their young core, their young talent that they've been cultivating and developing. All right. And I really do feel like the ship has passed for Draymond Green. I don't think if Draymond Green wants to stay with the Golden State Warriors, he's going to have to take it at a reduced role as well as a reduced salary. Even though the Golden State Warriors have been known to go over the salary cap, I just don't think they're going to go over the salary cap for one Draymond Green when they have Kuminga, they have Jordan Poole, they have a lot of core young talent that's ready to be that fourth guy, or that definitely that third guy. Jordan Poole can easily be that third guy between Steph, Klay, and Poole, the Poole party. So Draymond Green is seeing this, and like I said in a couple of videos, of that video I uploaded a couple of days ago, Draymond Green sees the end of the road. Draymond Green knows that the Golden State Warriors are not going to max him out when they got all of these options under their disposal, and these options are young, okay, and they're hungry too. And Draymond Green sees that, Jordan Poole is coming after some of your money, particularly some of your max money, and as well as these other young talents. So Draymond Green is feeling the pressure, and I feel like that's, I don't think it's the main factor why he got into an altercation with Jordan Poole, but I'll be honest with you guys, it's one of the reasons why he got into an altercation with Jordan Poole. I really do feel like this young core of the Golden State Warriors, they have a chip on their shoulder. They feel like they have already proven that they're much more than role players. They have proven that they are bigger pieces on the chessboard. And that they're coming and they're hungry and they're going after, and particularly Steve Kerr, when he benched Draymond Green and just went straight to that young core. That's confidence in itself. So I just be honest with you guys. I just don't, and like I said in the video that I uploaded a couple of days ago, if Draymond Green wants to stay with the Golden State Warriors, he's going to have to take a huge pay cut, and his minutes are going to be reduced if he wants to continue to play for the Golden State Warriors. Now, everyone's talking about, he could move on, or the Golden State Warriors could just trade him to another team. I highly doubt that the Golden State Warriors are going to accommodate him on that, and I highly doubt Draymond Green is willing to do that. All right. So they're going to work out some type of negotiations where he may not get a lot of max money, but he will get some money. But his play is going to he's going to have to really step up in a major way if he wants to keep the minutes that he already had with the Golden State Warriors. All right. So this is a weird course of events for Draymond Green. He did apologize today to the Golden State Warriors, to Jordan Poole, to everyone.